Miami Dolphins news and rumors coming at you here at Chat Sports. So what we're going to be talking about today is basically the Dolphins potentially doing another trade. Now, in Todd McShay's latest mock draft, he had Miami making another first-round trade. And I was like, wow, another trade for Miami. But you know what? You can do that when you have the amount of draft capital that the Dolphins have. I think Brian Flores and this organization has done just a phenomenal job. And it's kind of funny because when we always used to say this team is playing chess, not checkers, we used to refer to the New England Patriots a lot, right? It's kind of funny that Brian Flores is coming from that Belichick tree, and since he has started coaching there in Miami, he's been playing chess, not checkers. So in Todd McShay's latest mock, the Dolphins, they jump up from 18 all the way up to 16. I'll show you what that trade looks like, and I'll show you which player the Dolphins ended up trading up to get. But before I get into all of that, do you guys honestly think that Miami's going to make another draft deal? Like, I don't want to sit here and say no because I'm like, well, they already made a trade. I don't know how many more trades they're going to do. But in terms of being aggressive, this has been one of the most aggressive teams. As soon as the draft ended, they were the one team that went out and traded for a guy like Lynn Bowden Jr. At the NFL trade deadline as well, they were a team making moves. This year already, they're making draft day trades. Like, the Dolphins have been a very aggressive team, so I don't want to sit here and say no. I might actually say yes. I could actually see the Dolphins going ahead and making another draft deal. So before I get to pick number 16, obviously, I got to walk you through this entire Todd McShay mock draft. 1 through 5, not too big of a surprise here for a lot of these picks. I know some Dolphin fans would probably want somebody like a Kyle Pitts, maybe a guy like Jamar Chase. So with that being said, the Dolphins, they would be on the clock here at number 6. And in Todd McShay's latest mock draft, he has them going with wide receiver from Alabama, DeVonta Smith. Now, this isn't too big of a surprise, right? DeVonta Smith has been a very common player that has been mocked to the Dolphins for multiple reasons. It's still a major need for this team. I know they went out and signed Will Fuller. I know they have Devonta Parker. I know they have Mike Gesicki. But all the reports out there are this. The Dolphins are trying to add more wide receiver talent. And if you add DeVonta Smith to this team, I'll tell you what, man. Good luck trying to cover him. Now, sure, he's not overly fast, but here's the thing. I don't always need these guys who are just great during the combine. DeVonta Smith gets open. And when he's on the field, you can't cover that guy. Go ahead and ask Ohio State in the national championship game. Plus, if you're looking just for that little extra, he was really good with Tua last season, 12 touchdowns, over 1,300 yards, I believe. So you're talking about a player who's had 30 touchdowns the last 2 years. I understand he played at Alabama. That's pretty damn good. So here's what Todd McShay had to say on the Dolphins drafting Smith. I love Miami trading out of the number 3 pick, or picking up additional draft picks, including a 2023 first-rounder, and still getting one of the players it would have been looking at in its original slot. Will Fuller is only a 1-year deal, and bringing in Smith to join him and Devontae Parker would give Tua Tagovailoa the weapons he needs in the passing game. Smith is an explosive and savvy route runner, and let's not forget that he was on Tagovailoa's favorite targets back in Tuscaloosa. So I understand he's a smaller player, and a lot of people are going to point the finger at that he's 6'1", 175 pounds. When I see a lot of players that are that size, the comp that really gets thrown out a lot is Deshaun Jackson. I don't think that's a fair comp because Deshaun Jackson was more of a north and south type of runner. I think DeVonta Smith is a much better route runner than Jackson is. I don't know if he quite has the speed that Jackson did, but the size concerns, obviously they concern me. The injury a little bit obviously concerns me. But you know what doesn't concern me? When that guy's healthy, he's a damn good football player. Now, if you guys love the NFL, I appreciate everyone who always watches. Hopefully you're always watching us as well, especially for our mock drafts and all the awesome content we have here at Chat Sports. So if you guys love the NFL, go ahead and subscribe today for free videos all off season, and make sure you turn on those notifications, because if there's like a crazy trade idea where the Dolphins, the 49ers, and the Eagles decide to just do a whole bunch of crazy stuff, we're going to keep you updated. We got you covered. If you want more videos around the Miami Dolphins, go ahead and subscribe. You can see it at the link below. It's youtube.com/DolphinsNews. All right, back into this Todd McShay mock draft. Jalen Waddle, he went off the board at 7. Patrick Surtain went off the board at 8. Trey Lance, 9. J.C. Horn at pick number 10. All right, y'all, who's gone ahead and downloaded the Newsbreak app? I'm hoping you already have. Go to chatsports.com/newsbreak. If you guys are looking to stay up to date on what's going on in your city, you can do that. You want to know the best spots to go eat some dinner, breakfast, lunch? You can also do that. I don't care where you live. I don't care if you live in Las Vegas, Dallas, Texas. It doesn't matter which zip code you're currently in. The Newsbreak app is perfectly for you. Go to chatsports.com/newsbreak and download the app. That way you can stay up to date on all things news, on weather, on politics, more sports content, and even some chat sports videos as well. So I'm going to put this link for y'all in the comments and in the description because I'm promising you this. You're not going to want to miss this out. So download the Newsbreak app. How do you do it? You got to go to chatsports.com/newsbreak. I'm going to say it again. You have to go to chatsports.com/newsbreak. It helps us out a lot. Once you go ahead and download the app, if you want more videos from Chat Sports, more exclusive content, you can find it. If you're a loyal watcher here to Chat Sports and you're like, wait a minute, how do I get more content? Look up in the search bar, Cowboys Report, Raiders Report, 49ers Report, whatever your favorite team is, search that and then click follow. You're going to get even more content from us. So get the Newsbreak app. I promise you, you won't regret it. At pick number 11, Justin Fields, Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons at 12, I think would be a pretty good fit there for Philly. Penei Sewell sliding all the way to 13, I thought was extremely surprising. He's a player that I think should go in the top 5. I think he's that good. Rashawn Slater, 14. And then also I should mention that the Patriots and the Giants, they made a trade. So normally the Patriots are at 15. The Giants are at 11. But in this situation, New England wanted to go ahead and get a guy like Justin Fields. So what was the trade that ended up going down? Here's what it was. Remember, the Dolphins are at pick 18. They traded up to pick number 16 with the Arizona Cardinals. So with that being said, who do y'all think that the Dolphins are going to go ahead and get? The Dolphins received pick 16. The Cardinals received pick 18 and pick number 81 overall. That's a third-round pick. So get your votes in here. Is this a good trade for the Miami Dolphins? I want you to type G for good, or I want you to go down in the comments and type B for bad. Not that there's no wrong answers, but I simply say this. If you're going to type G for good, let me know why. If you're going to type B for bad, let me know why. When I see the pick, and I don't want to give it away, but all I'm going to say is this. I personally do not think that it was a smart decision for Miami to go up and trade for who they did, for the simple fact of this. I'm a big believer that he would have been available at pick number 18. Not that I'm a Raiders insider, but I don't think that he would have been a guy the Raiders would have ultimately taken. So at pick number 16 in Todd McShay's mock draft, the Miami Dolphins traded up to take offensive lineman from USC, Alijah Vera-Tucker. He fills multiple different needs, which is something that the Dolphins definitely do need. In terms of being able to play center, he might be able to do that. Can he play tackle? Yes, he can. He can also play guard. I'm a big believer that he is going to be a solid guard in the National Football League. But the fact that he offers versatility, that's really one of the only reasons why I could sit here and say, okay, maybe it makes some sense for Brian Flores, for the Dolphins to go up and get their guy if this is their guy. I like Vera-Tucker a lot. The other thing is this. Dude, the offensive line group in this year's draft class, it's deep. And if I don't got to trade up for somebody and I don't got to give up that extra pick, sure, it's only a third-round pick, but it's still a third-round pick when you really only got 2 picks left. I'm a believer that Vera-Tucker would have been there at 18. So this is what Todd McShay had to say on why trading up for Vera-Tucker made sense. With DeVonta Smith off to help Tua, we can now look to protect. Vera-Tucker has played tackle. He's been better fit at guard in the NFL. Miami took 34 sacks last season, and Tagovailoa was blitzed at the 4th highest rate in the league at 35.3% of his dropbacks. So one of the ways that teams definitely did try to get after Tua was they tried to get into his face, because when they were sitting back there and he had all day to throw, he was a little bit more successful. One of the best games that I saw Tua play was against the LA Rams, where he actually had a lot more time to throw, which is kind of funny because I got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. But if this is the player that you think can really transcend your offensive line and you're really confident in your first pick in DeVonta Smith, maybe it's not so bad. So you had Vera-Tucker at 16, DeVonta Smith at pick number 6. But what I want you to do is also consider the fact that you gave up your 3rd-round pick. So with that being said, how would you grade McShay's Dolphins mock draft? Scale from 0 to 100. If you're like, man, this is a great mock, go ahead. I mean, hopefully y'all went to school at some point, right? 90 and above is great. 80 to 89 is probably a B. 70, 79, C. 60 to 69, nice, but that's only a D. Anything below that is failing. So what I want you guys to do, grade Todd McShay's Dolphins mock draft.